I feel lucky that he lived as long as he did.
How does that, as that relationship evolves, like it felt like when I was reading source code, I felt like your father was there to always save you in these moments. Like he'd pick up the phone, he'd be involved in, talking to you and your friends. Like he was there in these very pivotal moments that felt like almost professional support from him, of course, based on his intelligence and background as well. But it sounds like that evolved to a much more emotive, intimate space. Like what does that look like for a
Eventually, the fact he grew up in the Depression showed, because he'd be worried about, are we buying too expensive a meal? Even though he had as much money as he could ever need. So we got back to his basic character, which was just very friendly and thoughtful. Uh, so yes, I feel like in his case we did have those conversations that I never got to have with my mom.
There's the one phone call you described the three words he used of "I hear you" when he was talking to the school, and that left such a strong imprint. Could you tell us why that was such a big moment for you at that
Well,
time?
I was in this contract discussion with this group I thought, owed me some computer time. So that's the first time that my dad is pitching in to help. And, I thought, what's he going to do? Is he going to, you know, threaten them or be tough on them? And no, not at all. The fact that they sort of gave their side of the argument, and then, he just simply said, "I hear you," which was this way of saying, "I don't agree with that. Let's try and reach a compromise here. You have your point of view." So just the way he said, "I hear you," kept things really calm, didn't acknowledge or attack their position, so we could get on to the, "Hey, if you meet these guys halfway, isn't that okay for both of you here?" Which is what eventually came out of it. And so the idea of being subtle and helping to find that common ground, I was young enough to that was kind of blew my mind. Yeah, wow, you can kind of hold your ground, but without